Welcome back to Let's Talk Together. Today on episode 2, we're going to discuss what tests that was ran that led to her diagnosis. Can you tell us step by step what happened to you that evening when you arrived to the hospital?
So, when I arrived to the hospital, I was met by nurses and doctors, and they began asking me questions. But the questions they were asking me, I couldn't comprehend it because I was confused. So when I was trying to answer, nothing would come out my mouth. I was just like in a blank stare. So I heard one of the nurses saying, I think she had or is having a stroke. I'm not sure exactly what she said, but it was in that, context. So immediately, one of the doctors sent me off for brain scans, CT scans. And that had to take about maybe 25 to 30 minutes. So while that was going on, I was laying in the hospital bed and I was thinking to myself, like, so I really had a stroke. So laying there, nervous, not knowing what's going on. I was just praying that it was not that. So I started to feel myself coming back, feeling normal. So at that point, I was there maybe for like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I was ready to go home. So I called for the nurse and I said, how long is it going to take for the test to come back because I'm ready to leave? She said, well, the test should be back shortly. Just try to relax. So I guess during that time, the doctor was out there, going over the test results because it obviously had came back. So I called the nurse again. I said, okay, I'm about to get ready to go home. I'm about to sign myself out this hospital. I'm tired. I have to go home and get ready for work. So the nurse said, I can't let you leave. I can't let you do that. I said, well, why you can't let me do that? I can sign myself out if I want to. She said, well, Ms. Burroughs, I can't let you do that. You're going to have to wait patiently. The doctor wants to come in and talk to you. So I said, okay, something is serious going on now.
So at that time, you was nervous and like anxious, trying to figure out what's going on because this never happened to you before.
Right. So I'm thinking to myself, maybe I had a mini stroke or something like that because why is she telling me I can't go home? So the doctor came in there, then another doctor came in there, and then maybe like 2 nurses was in there. So they came in with the test results. And on the scans, it showed that I had an aneurysm in my head. So the doctor began to ask questions about my family history and began to proceed telling me that this was serious and that we would have to, come up with a plan to figure out whether he was going to just observe it or take further measures. So he basically told me that most likely I would need surgery because of where the aneurysm was located. So I laid there. I tried to process what he was saying to me. And all along, I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, I'm walking around with a time bomb ticking in my head.
Does anyone in your family have this?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't know whether anyone was ever diagnosed with it. Not, like I said, not that I'm aware of. If so, I never heard about it.
So at this time, when he's telling you that, we can't observe it, we have to do surgery, were you nervous about that too? Like, were you like...
Yes. Because remember, initially when I first heard the news, I believe I called you. I called my son,
yeah,
which is Lamar. And I called the other few people. Not too many, maybe like 2 more people, to tell them what was going on, because I was crying. I was nervous. I'm like, oh my God, I'm walking around with this brain aneurysm and I didn't know it was there.
But because you told me, you always suffer from headaches, but you never in a million years would have thought that it was a brain aneurysm.
No, because I have people in, my family that suffer from headaches, migraines.
Because I suffer from it too, yeah.
Exactly. So I would have never thought that it would have been a brain aneurysm.
Yes, that's serious.
Very serious.
So at this time, when he told you had to have surgery, did he keep you there or did he let you go that night?
No. What happened was he said he was going to reschedule me for an appointment to come back in to see him, sit down, talk about how the procedure was going to go, but he wanted to give me time to think about it. So I sat there because I was in shock. I couldn't believe it, because from what he was telling me, that I was blessed, because brain aneurysms are known as a silent killer.
Yes.
So for me to even had them symptoms that I was having, is rare. Usually a person have, an aneurysm,
and it just bursts.
It bursts.
Okay.
But for me, thankfully,
your body gave signals.
My body gave signals, and I'm very, very thankful and grateful for that. So he scheduled the appointment, I think, for maybe like a week later. So when I arrived there, he was, talking to me, telling me how long the procedure, might take, and how do I feel about having the procedure done. He said because, like I stated, where it was located, it was just dangerous for me to walk around with it. And then he shocked me. He said, further looking at the scans, there were 2 aneurysms. Okay? That just blew my mind.
So at this point now, you're not just getting news of having 1 brain aneurysm. Now there's 2 that's in a location that's dangerous. So at this point, it's like, if you don't get the surgery, it's chances you can die.
Right. So I said to him, well, what are the repercussions if I don't have the brain surgery? He said, well, Ms. Burrows, I'm going to be completely honest with you. You can walk out this door right now. They can burst and you can die instantly. So I sat there, I prayed, and I said, okay, we're going to do this. I said, how long is the surgery going to take? He said, well, if we don't have any complications, maybe 6 hours, 6 to 7 hours. So I sat there. I said, okay, well, let me go home and discuss this with my family and the people that I care about. And then I'll call you in the morning and, we'll make the final decision. And so I just want to tell everyone out there that's listening that